2008 is like they call it the Redeem Team, and you guys come and you roll through in Beijing. Had that one tough game. I think one of the tough games was a Spain game. You were up like 17. They cut it to like 1 or 2, and then you guys went on a run and closed them out at the end. And that's where I think really that time and place was when the conversation started to get serious about, with LeBron James, with Dwyane, Chris Bosh was obviously there. You're there. About can we do this in the NBA? Is there a way that we can play together? And all of a sudden, here comes 2010, and those guys are working on the Miami thing. Or initially, there were other options. There was like maybe it would be New York, maybe it would be Chicago, but it's going to be Miami. But you had signed when those guys had done 4 years with player option. You had done 5 with the player option, and you got left out of it. I think looking back, is there any doubt in your mind the big three in Miami would have been LeBron, D Wade, and Melo?
Well, it probably wouldn't have panned. It probably wouldn't have came up like that. It probably would have been me and LeBron somewhere and D Wade and Bosh somewhere, right? Like it was always, after that, the talk was, where are we going? Like, where can we go? Like, where can we partner up at? Where can we team up at? Like, this is too good. Like, we want this feeling forever. Like, we want to experience playing with other great players. Like, we want that. Where can we go? It was options. There was a lot of options out there. It was a lot of conversations out there. And at this time, you also you start throwing Chris Paul into the mix now. It's like, it's all of these conversations was had. It was just random conversations, but it was like, what would that be like? Because for so long prior to that, the NBA was everybody had their own team. We wasn't teaming up with nobody. It was I had Denver, Brown had Cleveland, D-Wade, Miami. CP was in New Orleans, AI Philly. T-Mac, it was like every Kobe, Lakers. Everybody had their own team, so nobody was really teaming up like that. So that was a part of my decision making in not signing a shorter term deal, because I was, out of all of us at that moment, I felt the most comfortable and the most confident in my situation in Denver. We were winning, we were having some success, and we were building off of previous years. So it was like, no, I didn't want to sign a 3-year deal with an option. No, I want to be here long term. Like, this is my team, this is my organization, this is my city. I want to be here long term. And that was my thinking at that point in time. But also, I didn't understand the business of the game. I didn't understand what really going into a lockout mean that next year, or, getting to a team or signing a 3-year deal as opposed to a 4 or 5-year deal, being a free agent. I didn't understand that information. I didn't fathom that.
When you were talking about that in 2008, would Kobe ever be involved in any of those conversations? Did he even was he commenting on listening to this?
I was the only one in the West, right? So I was always connected some way somehow with the Lakers, some way somehow, and it was conversations of, yo, come on, like, are you gonna come to the Lakers or what? Like, it was that, like, let's make this happen, and it was just like, I don't think I could do it, because we battle each other every single, you know what I mean? Like, we fighting each other every night. We having battles. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if LA is actually on the radar at that point. I don't know if nobody was on the radar at that point in time.
When you think back to it, if it played out that way, where D Wade and Bosh went somewhere and you and LeBron paired up, where do you think it would have been?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could have been New York. It could have been. No, it could have been New York. I didn't see no other place of us going. It could have been Miami. We all could have went down there to Miami. I don't know if there would, it could have been a way where all 4 of us could have got to Miami. we'd had to take pay cuts. But I think at that point in time, those guys took pay cuts anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point in time, it was just like, what's the numbers look like? Could we really do this or not? So I don't know where we would have ended up at. I just don't know.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.